The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
FABULOUS. Yes. Diamonds on my neck. Yes, I'm fabulous. They keep hating on me, I don't stress. Don't got time for this, cause I'm fabulous. Capiche? Big hair, high heels.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. I'm your fucking host, Kevin Porter. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week. That was professional wrestling. Yeah, it's like the week that was. What happened this week in the world of professional wrestling, guys? Well, that's my job, right? My job is to fill you in on the week that was. So, not going to delay any further, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this past week on Monday Night Raw, guys. So we kicked Monday Night Raw off with Braun Strowman. He kicked off the show basically just talking a bunch of crap about Brock Lesnar. I'm going to be completely honest. I've been so underwhelmed in regards to this program. I think the novelty of Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman is done at this point. Like, I think it was done like after the first match that they had back in like 2016, or was it 2016, 2017, it was just last year. But nonetheless, I'm kind of over it, guys. So this whole Universal Championship match going into the Royal Rumble, I really didn't give a shit that much going in. But obviously there was changes that were to be had, as we saw on Monday night. So Baron Corbin came out, started basically harassing Braun Strowman, telling him, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm right here." I don't know. Baron Corbin's a fucking asshole. We don't like Baron Corbin. He's a fucking dick. So fuck him. Braun Strowman, though, he took chase after Baron Corbin because they did have a little bit of a feud, obviously with the, TLC match last month. But so apparently Braun Strowman hasn't been cleared to wrestle. So this is kind of the reasoning for what happened. We saw Baron Corbin running, basically get away from Braun Strowman. Then Braun Strowman with the aid of Elias, which I'm going to, give a shout out to WWE for that pretty fun transition. It was something different. It's not something you see every week on TV in regards to, how they propel their stories and, just going from one moment to the other. So it was pretty cool, including Elias in there with his guitar and giving away where Baron Corbin was. So Baron Corbin hid in Vince McMahon's limo, which they established at the beginning, Vince McMahon arriving in the limo. So you kind of knew something was going to happen with that limo coming in because y'all stopped to polish it and stuff. Vince McMahon, that is. So Braun Strowman basically just tears the door off the limousine. Ultimately, Vince McMahon shows up, catches Braun Strowman in the act. It kind of made Braun Strowman look like a little fucking bitch, in my opinion. He's like, "Oh, I'm Mr. fucking badass," and then fucking Vince McMahon shows up and he cowers like a little fucking pussy. Like, whatever, dude. That's fucking stupid. But nonetheless, Vince McMahon basically berated Braun Strowman, told him he was a piece of garbage. He can fucking go to hell. It's like, come on, Vince. Like, you can't afford another fucking limousine. Like, I call bullshit on that. He fined Braun Strowman $100,000. And then Braun Strowman talked a little shit back. He's like, that thing's not even worth $100,000. And Vince McMahon's just like, oh, buddy, you want to talk back to the chairman? Well, guess what, buddy? Fucking your Universal Championship match that you have scheduled at the Royal Rumble, it's done. It's done. And then Braun Strowman tipped over the limousine because it's like at that point, you might as well just fucking have fun. Go Street Fighter 2 fucking bonus round on that shit. You might as well at that point. So this was done, I guess, because Braun Strowman apparently has not been cleared from whatever elbow injury that he has sustained over the, So nonetheless, we were going to find out later in the evening who would be the new number one contender. So our next segment, we saw Ronda Rousey, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Tamina Snuka. Dude, I don't know if I said it in the last couple weeks, but honestly, I know for all the shit that I talked about Nia Jax, like I'm sort of kind of getting behind with what she's doing. I don't know, because initially it was so annoying and cringeworthy. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And the last couple weeks, especially the week prior, when I don't know, I know a lot of people shit on it, but I thought the week prior when she did the whole bitch line and stuff, I thought that was funny. I thought, I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad. So seeing her play foil to Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks here, you needed somebody in that position, I suppose. But I guess Tamina Snuka, I don't even know what the fuck she's doing there. I don't even know. But this is obviously building up to the Ronda Rousey Sasha Banks match at the Royal Rumble in Phoenix in almost less than a week. I don't know. I don't know. I guess the original plan was that Ronda Rousey was supposed to be fighting Charlotte at the Royal Rumble, and this would have obviously be leading somewhat to this Ronda Rousey Becky Lynch main event that's going to be hopefully happening at WrestleMania. But it seems like shit may be changing, and it may just be a triple threat with Ronda, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte, which I don't like that, dude. I'm sorry. I'll go fucking on record now. I don't like the inclusion of Charlotte. Just like, they took a situation and turned it into gold, I would say, coming out of the Survivor Series and shit. But at the same time, I don't know. I always thought the one-on-one match, like one-on-one matches are better, right? Like what? Like you don't do fucking, NFC Championship fucking, the Saints versus the Rams versus the fucking Eagles. Like, you don't have triple threat fucking football matches or anything. I mean, I don't know. I just like, in that sense, I mean, as a kid, I like triple threat matches, but as a fucking adult, like, it's stupid. So we saw Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks get the victory. Basically, dude, Ronda Rousey kind of looked like a dumb bitch trying to fucking get like, what the fuck does she care about Sasha Banks? I want your respect, Sasha. I want your respect. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. It's fucking garbage, dude. Like, who gives a fuck? Sasha Banks fucking, I want your respect, Sasha. Pay attention. It's like fucking Ronda Rousey, kill. Our next segment was Lucha House Party versus the Revival. Luckily, dude, some crazy shit, I guess, here. I was going to say, luckily, I didn't have to see this, but I like the Revival. And I like the Lucha House Party. I mean, I like them. They're always solid matches. So apparently, we have this match, and the Revival defeated Lucha House Party, okay? So I'm reading the dirt sheets today, okay, guys? And I see an article where apparently there's 4 individuals that have actually openly requested their release from the WWE. And this is all in relation to AEW being All Elite Wrestling, being a brand new wrestling promotion headed by the Young Bucks and Cody and the owners of the Jaguars. It's fucking crazy, dude. So for the first time since WCW died in 2001, it was sold to WWE, we have an owner of a wrestling company that is worth billions, and we have 2 of them actually now, because obviously Vince McMahon. But now the Khan family is in the wrestling game, and shit's picking up, dude. Okay, so like if you pay more attention to just more wrestling than just fucking WWE, obviously you've heard of AEW, dude, and it's a golden age of professional wrestling. I know we've said it here in weeks past. It's a golden age. It really, truly is. So after the Revival defeated the Lucha House Party, apparently they went straight back into the quarters and asked for their release from the WWE. And so apparently also did Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis. Or Michael Bennett. If he goes back to the independent, he'll go back to Mike Bennett. So I don't know, guys. Interesting time. So we'll see what happens. Apparently WWE is getting pretty aggressive though in regards to their offerings. There was some I don't know if this is true shit, but there was some bullshit on the thing basically saying that on the dirt sheet saying that the WWE is matching all competitors' offers. So if like a Ring of Honor is like, because like apparently Bandito, they were trying to get Bandito, WWE was, and Bandito signed with fucking Ring of Honor. So it's like, oh shit, So dude, it's like for the first time in like, like almost 18 fucking years, guys, like we're seeing seeing like multiple companies. It's not just AEW. You got New Japan, Ring of Honor, MLW, Impact, all as major players in the wrestling game right now. So, dude, it's a good time to be a professional wrestler, guys. Good time to be a professional wrestler. So we're going to soon find out who would be the number one contender for the Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, which was Vince McMahon ultimately coming out to address the crowd in regards to this. But before he could say anything, John Cena shows up. So John Cena comes down and cuts a pretty good fucking promo, dude. I gotta say, for John Cena, in 2019, seeing John Cena on TV, I'm not complaining. So ultimately, this also draws out Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Finn Balor. So each lay claim to, thinking that they deserve a title shot in regards to the Royal Rumble match. What does Vince McMahon do? He sets a fucking four-way, a straight-up fatal fucking four-way. First pin wins, becomes the new number one contender. So this was a really good fucking segment. It ended up with McIntyre laying out Cena and Balor and Corbin escaping. And then, McMahon announcing the Fatal 4-Way. So that was going to be our main event. So I think, I got to really say to WWE, they really did a good job this week in terms of, long, full, episode storytelling. I miss those days back in the Attitude Era where something would start at the beginning and then you'd have some sort of conclusion at the end. It's like, you have to have something to look forward to. And after seeing this segment here with all four of these wrestlers, minus Baron Corbin, all three of these wrestlers, we had a main event that I was actually pretty interested in. So we then also saw Nikki Cross teaming up with Natalya, Bayley, taking on the Riot Squad, which apparently they had some sort of backstage altercation with the Riot Squad earlier. Apparently Bayley and Natalya were going to get at it, but apparently they made up enough time to face the fucking Riot Squad here. So Nikki Cross is kind of what they're doing with these fucking NXT call-ups now with EC3, Heavy Machinery, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. They're having them just randomly appear in backstage little segments, just they're there. Where are they going? Are they going to Raw? Or are they going to Smackdown? One would argue that, well, if they truly had any major plans for any of these characters, that they would, start it off with a bang. Speaking of that bang was supposed to have been fucking Lars Sullivan, but that motherfucker has been MIA the past 2 weeks at television tapings. And so he's apparently had some sort of anxiety panic attack or some sort of issue where he can't do it. It's scary, dude. We talk about mental health a lot on our podcast and stuff. You do feel bad for the guy, man. I mean, here it is, dream come true, and you have some sort of breakdown. It's like, whoa. Nothing's been announced. I mean, I don't think they're gonna fire him. I don't think so, especially after everything that's gone on with Mauro Ranallo and him being under, contract with WWE. I think WWE, much like a lot of other, corporations, I suppose, do try to treat, mental health a little bit more carefully rather than what we've seen in the wrestling business over the past, 40 to 50 years or whatever. The kind of, you can't hang, get the fuck out of here type attitude, They'll allow him to gain his bearings, and then they'll try again, at some point, I would assume. But in this match here, Bayley and Natalya and Cross defeated the Riot Squad, which this was cut out of Hulu, so I didn't even get to fucking see this match. So that, I would have liked to see Nikki Cross, Hulu, you stupid bitches. So what happened also in a backstage segment was Jinder Mahal basically came up to Vince McMahon and was like, hey man, I had to take care of some shit because Braun Strowman beat up one of my guys earlier because in the backstage segment, fucking Braun Strowman threw one of the fucking his twin, I forget the Singh twins or whatever. They're from Vancouver, so they're from British Columbia and shit. So it's like, they're Pacific Northwest guys, dude. I totally support that. But yeah, so Jinder gave some bullshit excuse saying he would have been out there staking his claim to the Universal Championship match, but due to tending needs, he couldn't. So Vince basically told Jinder, he's like, hey motherfucker, all right. You challenge one of these four guys, guess what? You win, you're in. Dude, golden opportunity, right? So Jinder Mahal's all like, okay, well, I'll challenge Finn Balor because he's the smallest motherfucker out of them. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to challenge John Cena. I'm not going to challenge Drew McIntyre. Baron Corbin's my homie. Dude, Jinder Mahal thought he was going to get in fucking just all nice and fucking easy. But no, Finn Balor, dude, is coming off being on the NXT UK first ever takeover this past Saturday, which I think we may need to start covering NXT UK, guys. Like, I watched an episode this past weekend. I watched the final episode going into takeover. And I didn't get to watch the takeover itself just because I got busy. But I saw the highlights. And then I saw Walter showing up at the end and him and Pete Dunne having a fucking stare down. And I'm like, holy shit, like, what, like 3-4 months ago, I was fucking chilling at Washington Hall up there in Seattle, dude. And Walter is in the fucking ring, dude, facing fucking Shaft, dude. We're having a grand old time. I'm booing him. I fucking booed the shit out of Walter, man, because it was like, fuck you, you fucking England piece of shit, motherfucker. Come into my fucking country. No. Do we like our friends in England? We like you guys? Sure. I don't know. Kevin's an asshole. It's like he's talking shit about English, but it's like, dude, you're all fair play. You and the fucking Swedes, bro. You and the fucking Swedes. Sweds, the sweatiness. I don't know. This is kind of like this is a fun episode of Monday Night Raw. I gotta admit, guys, like kind of recapping it. It's like, man, this actually was a decent episode this week. This actually wasn't complete fucking garbage. So ultimately, Finn Balor does defeat Mahal. So it seems like Finn Balor, he's getting that, maybe he can go into the main event now after having all these matches here the last fucking several days and pulling off the upset of the century and fucking, cash in his ticket to the Royal Rumble, guys. Then we also saw a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a pretty fun match, for work rate wise. I gotta just say though, the whole part where Dean Ambrose and fucking Seth Rollins teamed up, that's fucking dumb as shit. Considering this is supposed to be a fucking blood feud. Oh, let's team up and fight Bobby Lashley. It's like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, wasn't he just dropping the leukemia shit with Roman Reigns? Like, wasn't he just fucking dropping that? Like, fucking 10 minutes prior to the fucking match? It's like, whatever, WWE. What the fuck ever there. That's I don't know. Bobby Lashley is your new Intercontinental Champion. I enjoyed the match. I'm interested to see where Bobby goes. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily fucking high on the guy, but I think, honestly, when this last couple of weeks that he's been doing the shit with Seth Rollins, like I've enjoyed it, dude. Like last week on Raw when they opened it, and they're doing the fight. Then Bobby Lashley cost him the title at the end. I mean, it's somewhat predictable, the ending last week, but it doesn't mean I did not enjoy it. So yeah, dude, Bobby Lashley's new Intercontinental Champion. We'll keep a watchful eye, dude. We'll keep a watchful eye on that. Really good shit there. So then we saw the Moment of Bliss, which was Alexa Bliss's new talk show segment. She unveiled some really cool looking tag team championships. It's good to see that it's not going to be like, each Raw has their own, SmackDown has their own. They have one set of tag titles. So it's going to be 6 teams all together in the Elimination Chamber next month. And it's 3 Raw, 3 SmackDown teams. And so it's going to be interesting to see, that kind of signifies right there that Sasha Banks is not going to fucking win at the Royal Rumble, guys. I'm sorry to call it right now, but she's not going to fucking win just because I think her and Bayley will possibly end up being the first tag team champions. I mean, why not, right? I mean, give them a little bit of something for this past whole year of bullshit that they fucking had to go through. So the guest on Alexa Bliss. Apparently they had a backstage segment, which I did not see. I did see this. I didn't really pay too much attention to it though. But then I went back and I did watch it, but no, it wasn't on Hulu though, because I watched it on YouTube. That's right. I didn't see it on fucking Hulu, but I watched it on YouTube. But they had this moment where they open the door, they play the same gimmick as they'd done the show prior with the whole latte thing, and the assistant's trying to get it to him, and to the person that played the assistant, that was some of the worst fucking acting I've ever seen. You really, really should reconsider your fucking job, and you. I don't know why I'm being mean. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I'm trying to be funny, but it's like, just Kevin Porter, shut the fuck up. It's not that funny, okay? It's not that funny. It's not. So shut the fuck up. What? So yeah, apparently then Alexa Bliss was like, had her shirt off, and she's like, oh, like covered up her boobies and shit. It's pretty, dude, Alexa Bliss is hot, so whatever, dude. Like, I'm not going to complain. But some people were like, "Oh, her character's not portrayed as a sex object." Da, 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 da. I think WWE after this past week is moving a little bit more into just a little, hey man, they want to please everybody apparently. So maybe they're I don't know, man. It's kind of weird to think that. Now I didn't think about it, but they had two really sexually charged storylines this week on both Raw and SmackDown. That's got to be deliberate. I mean, and it can't be fucking just for reason or whatever. So ultimately, Alexa Bliss shows up, talks to Paul Heyman. Very forgettable, whatever the hell they, we're talking about. It doesn't even fucking matter. But this actually brought out Heavy Machinery's Otis Doshovic, which, dude, I think he's fucking funny. I think, him as a comedy guy, I think that's exactly where they would have ended up. I'm pretty sure we called it. But that doesn't take away, though. I think Otis is I thought both of his segments on Raw and SmackDown, if there's anything I'm taking away, from either one, it's fucking... it's completely Otis, dude. That guy's funny as I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought this shit was funny. So this happens, and then they go straight into the main event. So Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders match. Finn Balor ultimately is your new number 1 contender for the Universal Championship, taking the place of Braun Strowman to fight Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Dude, guys, I'm fucking ready for this match. I think this is gonna be a fun fucking match, and it's about fucking time. They're fucking pushing Finn Balor, dude. Give this guy the fucking push of the fucking century. Do it. Do it, guys. He's your man. He's your fucking man. But ultimately, he got the rub, though, from John Cena. John Cena took the pinfall and then gave him a fucking just such a fucking, wonderful endorsement. And it's just look at John Cena, dude. He knows what's up, dude. John Cena is not a fucking stupid person, man. John Cena knows his time is done in the, as a full-time wrestler in WWE, and this is your next generation right here. Finn Balor is your guy. Without Roman Reigns, unfortunately being on the sidelines at this time, there has to be someone to step up, and I really think Seth Rollins has stepped his shit up. Drew McIntyre has stepped his shit up. Finn Balor has stepped his shit up, dude. I really think fucking with the focus that all of these people have gotten, Bobby Lashley just within the last few weeks with his feud with Seth Rollins, I thought was a real building block for him as a character within WWE, dude. So I know a lot of times we're fucking negative on WWE, but dude, this past week on Monday Night Raw, bro, the last 2 weeks have just been shit. All right, okay, seems like they're getting something going, dude. It's finally, thank you for doing something interesting. Making this, job not fucking, so as hard as sometimes as it can be. So we do kick off Tuesday night SmackDown, or SmackDown Live. Tuesday night SmackDown. It's Tuesday night, bitches. What? I don't know. Guys, I smoked a lot of weed before we did this. Been really busy today. I'm running on fucking fumes at this point, dude. I'm on 12 hours of sleep the last 2 days. So we saw Becky Lynch arrive at the arena, which is classic, Stone Cold Steve Austin arrives at the arena, dude. And then she gets out. One of the, I think Charlie Caruso, is that her name? I always forget their backstage segment speakers' names. Basically asks her some question, some bullshit. No one cares. It doesn't even fucking matter. So then Lynch fucking tries throwing the fucking keys at the chick, and she fucking drops them. He's like, "Oh, nice catch." I thought that part was pretty cool, but then they roll up on Heavy Machinery, leaving off from Monday Night Raw, basically making some sort of pancake tuna protein shake. They're with the New Day, and then Becky Lynch rolls up, takes a drink of it, and it's supposed to be this gross thing. And she's all, "It's fucking weak." I was I like it. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I know it's mixed comedy with something that's supposed to be, possibly a WrestleMania main event, but that, I don't know, man. I think she's carrying the company right now, in my opinion. If I were to be if there's anybody stepping up right now and taking that Roman Reigns spot, dude, boom, Becky Lynch, dude. I don't know, dude. That's crazy to say that in 2019. Who's the man? Who is the man in WWE? It's fucking Becky Lynch, dude. All day, every day. So I thought it was a fun segment. I'm not gonna shit all over. I thought the opening of it was pretty fun. So ultimately, Becky Lynch comes out. Her and Asuka go at it verbally. Nothing really special to come out of it or anything. we ultimately saw the Iconics roll up, and then we saw Becky Lynch ended up taking on Peyton Royce in a pretty competitive match. Actually, it seemed like it went like at least 2, maybe 1 to 2 commercial breaks there. But Becky Lynch ultimately got the disarmer, made Peyton Royce tap the fuck out. Asuka would then like got all fucking crazy as shit, and then was basically saying like called out fucking Billy Kay. So Billy Kay got fucking beat the shit up, which is like poor Billy Kay. You know, it's like, oh, they're trying to get away, and then Asuka's just like, no, get the fuck back here, and like just beats the shit out of her, and then taps her out with her own disarmer. So it's like they're trying to one up each other, you know, in a sense. I like that, I guess. I don't really mind that now. I kind of look back on it now. It's like, yeah, that was a game of one-upsmanship, right? So we went to go see also right after we saw AJ Styles come. Yeah, because AJ Styles came out while they were still in the ring. And AJ Styles came out, you know, and then he ends up going through the crowd, which he was basically just saying that, you know, hey, he's a man of the people, you know, you guys eat what you want, you know, be as fat as you want, be as grotesque as you want. Like Daniel Bryan's supposed to be all like, you know, this hippie fucking asshole fucking, you know, earth lover fucking asshole person or whatever. And so then, you know, AJ Styles is a man of the people. Well, you know, we all know how, you know, fucking fat America is. Because they had a bunch of fucking hot dogs laid out. It's just like, dude, who's going to eat a hot dog? Like, hot dogs are really bad for you. You shouldn't really be eating those. You know, those aren't good for you. And so then AJ Styles starts throwing out his own fucking t-shirts and the people in the crowd there. So, you know, lucky those guys got a free fucking t-shirt. But then ultimately, Daniel Bryan shows up in street clothes and just beats the shit out of AJ Styles, and they start going at it. Eventually, AJ Styles puts Daniel Bryan through one of the tables, the wooden tables, and gets a shit ton of mustard all over him. Dude, that like got all over him. And that was the only time we saw AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan that night, which I guess that's all you really need, because they will be fighting for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. So I'm looking forward to their match, dude. I've, you know, I don't know. I know we've said in the past about AJ Styles. It seems like there was just something kind of lacking in regards to, you know, this last year of his push. You would think as WWE champion for as long as he was, and just in the main event, you know, it'd be, you know, 5-star match week in, week out. But, you know, I don't know. It's just something's missing, it seems like. I don't know. Because they continue the feuds like he's had like 2-3 months. So it's like the matches never have like a true fucking finish. And then you're kind of like, after 3 months of the fucking program, you're like, oh yeah, it'd be nice to see Nakamura win or Samoa Joe win, but AJ Styles just won the whole time, and it's just kind of boring. Like, I guess that's kind of what it is. You know, I mean, it just kind of got boring after a while. Even though, you know, seeing Daniel Bryan take the title finally, and, you know, now we're seeing the rematch feud, I'm totally fucking enjoying it, guys. I enjoyed their match at TLC. I enjoyed the matches on SmackDown that they've had. I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble. Looking forward to the Royal Rumble, guys. Samoa Joe was supposed to take on Mustafa Ali, basically just brutalized the shit out of him, fucking throwing him up against the ring post 2 or 3 times. Samoa Joe's the man, dude. Samoa Joe continues to week in, week out to prove that he is a main eventer. I think WWE knows that too. I think they know they have you know, not to put him in that spot, but a hell of a hand. He's going to take fucking dog shit and turn it into gold. And I would like to see him with the WWE Championship at some point within this year. In 2019, I really hope Samoa Joe ends up winning. So this is kind of just establishing him, though, as a monster. Like, you know, you got the Royal Rumble coming up. He's going to fucking throw down and get some eliminations. And maybe he gets to the, you know, the final form. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble, guys, and we're just around the corner, dude. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. Oh, okay, so Rey Mysterio taking on Andrade. So they dropped the Cien Almas gimmick off his name. So now Andrade took on Rey Mysterio, guys. This, if there's anything to go out of your way to go watch this week in terms of match-wise, this is your fucking match of the week, dude. Maybe a match of the month. You know, I know we're still halfway through the month and whatnot, but like, this match was amazing, dude. Rey Mysterio and Andrade. Andrade continues to prove that his push from NXT, you know, as the NXT World Champion all the way now to where he is on SmackDown, is this guy needs to just keep going, dude. Like, him and Selena Vega, like, she's a good fucking mouthpiece for him, dude. I mean, he can talk decently too, but it's nice to have a good person there just to fucking dictate your business, you know? So Andrade, Cien Andrade ultimately defeated Rey Mysterio, dude. A+ fucking match here, dude. So go on YouTube and search out Andrade taking on Rey Mysterio from Smackdown this week, dude. You gotta do it. You gotta fucking do it. So in our other randomly sexually charged storyline here, which we've kind of seen playing out a little bit the last couple weeks, which is Mandy Rose trying to get into the Usos, one of the Usos fucking pants, the one that's married to Naomi. So basically she hates Naomi so much that she's like, you know what, Naomi, I'm going to try to sleep with your fucking husband. So she gives so the Usos are having a fucking photo shoot and they all got their Royal Rumble gear on and shit. It's, and then they somebody brings them a gift, one of them a gift. He's like, oh, it's me and Naomi's fucking anniversary tomorrow, guys. So yeah, I bet it's from her. And he all starts reading it and it's pretty fucking dirty, dude. Like, she wants to get, it's like, oh, I've been naughty. I need to get locked up in the Uso penitentiary. It's like, damn, girl, she wants that booty fucking action. Like, what? Fucking A, dude. And he all thinks it's Naomi, but then, it's signed Mandy Rose and there's a hotel key. And then his brother's like, oh, what you gonna do, bro? And he's contemplating, oh, do I go cheat on my wife? It's obviously you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna give the fuck. You gotta go find your wife. Be like, hey, Naomi, this bitch is trying to fucking roll up on me. Let's go get her. I mean, and ultimately that's what happens. There was never but they made you think that, oh no, he's showing up and he looks, and then I don't know. And then Mandy Rose looked all fucking hot as shit in her lingerie. And, I don't know. It was a little too overdone in regards to, maybe the camera angles and whatnot. But I didn't necessarily, hate this segment this week. I thought it was somewhat of a different pace, in regards to what we're normally getting. We don't get these types of angles all the time on main event of, the main roster of Raw and SmackDown. So I think Mandy Rose is hot, and I think she's good on the mic too. I think her and Sonya Deville have actually turned out to be pretty talented. Same with the chicks from the Riot Squad, dude. I think they've all proven to be really talented, and we're worthy of their call-ups here. So whoa, guys. So in our pretty much main event of the evening here, we saw what was supposed to be Shane McMahon's birthday celebration presented by The Miz. So The Miz and Shane McMahon are officially a tag team and will be challenging the Bar at the Royal Rumble for the tag team championships here. So we're I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm kind of enjoying this whole tandem between these two. I thought them in the ring was really good this week. And this ultimately led to The Miz taking on Sheamus in the main event, which is kind of cool. They're two former WWE champions, as they pointed out. Thankfully, the match wasn't too long, but we did see The Miz pin Sheamus, and then fucking afterwards, dude. So Shane McMahon goes up and hits that fucking Van Terminator shit. They set the cake up so Sheamus gets the cake kicked in his face, which I get it. It's kind of a cool spot, but damn, Shane McMahon looked like he fucked his shit up, dude. Fucked his shit up. He looked like he was in fucking pain right there. It's damn, Shane, you gotta fucking calm down, guys. You gotta fucking calm down. All right, dude. So we move into what was Ring of Honor television this week. I don't know. It's the first week back, watching Ring of Honor. And we saw Zack Sabre Jr. Take on Tracy Williams. I'm not really too familiar with Tracy Williams, but this is this is obviously the TV tapings that were after Final Battle. So Zack Sabre Jr. Defeated Tracy Williams here. This was a lot of this show was building up to their show that they had this past Sunday, which I'm not covering. I canceled my fucking Ring of Honor subscription because it was too much of a pain in the ass, and I didn't really see the fucking value of it. It's not that great. I think we'll still do the pay-per-views, the major ones, the Madison Square Garden. Excuse me, the Madison Square Garden New Japan show. I definitely think we're going to be ordering that and watching that one. But outside of that, though, these little spot shows that they're doing on their fucking app, we're just not going to cover. But we will still at least cover their television. This is a pretty cool match here, dude. I mean, Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty fucking good. I think he's really fucking good, actually. He's really fucking good. So it's nice to see him in Ring of Honor. Hopefully we'll see him more later on this year. Ultimately, Zack Sabre did pick up the win here. We saw Beer City Bruiser confront Silas Young about their friendship ending. Basically, the two will be fighting next week. Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Briscoes, said that SoCal Uncensored would not be happy about invoking the rematch clause. So basically, they just talked a bunch of shit. So this is kind of SoCal Uncensored's swan song, as we've seen the last couple weeks with Christopher Daniels, obviously, now SoCal. This was their final shot. Not necessarily being, told that it was the final shot or anything like that specifically, but they obviously have come out as being signed with AEW exclusively. So, SoCal Uncensored no more in Ring of Honor after tonight. Or, well, it was like a month ago, dude. Again, Ring of Honor's TV taping schedule is so fucked, dude. They just taped I saw that they had TV tapings here this past weekend. It's like, I know we're coming down to the end of whatever TV tapings they came out of Philadelphia the night after Ring of Final Battle, but shit, dude. Continuity-wise, man, they fucking suck. Well, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, dude. Dr. Britt Baker and Madison Rayne defeated the Twisted Sisters, Thunder Rosa, and Hall of Dead, which I think this is a rematch from a couple weeks ago, I believe. They basically, on the commentary, they talked about how they don't think this would be the last Britt Baker and Madison Rayne teaming up. And I was like, well, they just announced Britt Baker signing with AEW, so honestly, Ian Riccaboni and Colt Cabana, I think, they're done with Dr. Britt Baker, fucking Madison Rayne. So this led to our main event, which is the tag team titles on the line. The Briscoes defending against SoCal Uncensored, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Let me just be saying right off the top, SoCal Uncensored is fucking badass. I fucking love these guys so much. Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, really, dude, coming out of really not seeing his name for the longest time, but never seeing him until really this last year, and it's just really damn, dude, this guy is really fucking good. Same with Hangman Page, dude. Those two are two dudes that are up and comers, man. And it's just I can't wait to see them both in AEW and to see what AEW starts rolling with. Which again, dude, we may drop WWE, but then again, I don't know. I think we may just need to start doing 2 episodes, right? 2 episodes a week. No, fuck that. We're not doing that. So ultimately, the Briscoes, picked up the win here. This was a solid match. I mean, the match went a pretty decent time on television here. But our main event was Marty Scurll, which again, this is the worst kept secret, at this point. But it was nice to see it finally air on TV. But Marty Scurll was in the ring talking about, going ahead and with his match that he's going to be getting against the world champion, Jay Lethal. But ultimately, Matt Taven shows up, basically again claiming that he's the fucking, real world champion. I don't know how long they're going to keep doing this, man. I've been doing this now for fucking 3 or 4 months. At some point, this needs to fucking end, guys. But the lights go out because, they're going to beat up Marty Scurll because he's got nobody with him. Ultimately, we see Brody King and fucking then PCO show up. So these guys are now officially with Marty Scurll, and they are a villain enterprise. This is, dude, I'm not really... I haven't seen too much of PCO on the independent scene, but I definitely have heard this guy's fucking crazy, and it's a cool fucking gimmick. And apparently he did turn down WWE to go to Ring of Honor only because Ring of Honor was going to be a little bit more, allow him to control his, a little bit more of his character in a sense in regards to allowing input and whatnot. Storyline wise here. But so the brawler erupts here. Villain Enterprises clears fucking house, and boom, we're off to the fucking races, guys. Brody King, dude, I like Brody King, man. For anybody that's not necessarily really familiar with this guy, I've seen him at a handful of events now. And being able to I bought a t-shirt from him, shit. That kind of just sets you up to be a fan of these guys for life, It's you shake their fucking hand. They're generally nice to you, you shake your hand. I didn't ask for pictures or anything. But I just shook his hand and told him I fucking, thanked him for what he does. And I fucking bought a badass Brody King shirt. So good to see that he's moving it up in the wrestling world and that he's in Ring of Honor now, dude. I mean, it's a pretty big fucking deal, guys. It's a pretty big deal. Same with him and Jeff Cobb, dude. Really happy that both of them are getting shit done in Ring of Honor these days. So we move on over to this week's NXT TV, guys. So we saw the Street Profits opening up the show, taking on the Metro Brothers. What the fuck kind of name is that, dude? And they were some ripoff of fucking Domino. it was Deuce and Domino back in the day, fucking back on Smackdown and shit. Like, that's all that fucking was, dude. And I was like, fuck these guys. Fuck the Metro Brothers, dude. Stupid assholes. I was glad the Street Profits fucking beat them. So after the Street Profits won, the Forgotten Son showed up and beat the shit out of the Street Profits. I really like the Street Profits. I've kind of grown to enjoy their shtick the past couple of months here. I really don't like the Forgotten Sons. I think they're a fucking ripoff of fucking Aces and Eights. Was Aces of Eights from TNA. And I think like every fucking wrestler has that same dirty, disgusting fucking look. It's just like, whatever, dude. Like, this has been done. Like, this has totally fucking been done before. It's like, get this shit off my TV. So we saw Bianca Belair have a promo, which she's going to be facing against Shayna Baszler at NXT Phoenix here in a couple weeks. Actually, just about a week. About a week. Yeah, week as of tomorrow, technically, if you're listening to this on a Friday. But I really like Bianca Belair, and I think Shayna Baszler's I'm turning on Shayna Baszler, like, in terms of like. I like her. I think her promo is like getting better, and I like the confidence. I like her character. Her and all those the four horsemen, Jessamine Duke and fucking Shafir, dude. Yeah, Bianca Belair got the fucking hit on fucking Shayna Baszler, guys. I'm fucking tired. I told you guys. I'm fucking nearing the end, guys. We're almost done. So yeah. Okay, Bianca Belair gets the fucking upper hand on Shayna Baszler. Fucking cracks her in the face. Gets out of there. Doesn't even get touched. So I'm looking forward to that match come NXT TakeOver here next week, which we'll have a full rundown of both Royal Rumble and NXT TakeOver, come next week, next Friday. So this, it was a really good segment. We saw a lot of like backstage talking segments as well. Heard from Tommaso Ciampa, a couple other ones as well. I can't really remember them. We saw Dominic Dijakovic versus Adrian Jawed. I'm not even gonna try. Dude, I guess, Dominic's showing what's up, dude. I mean, I don't know. I haven't necessarily like hated his matches or anything, but I guess it's still just a wait and see approach, and we'll see how far this guy goes. But there definitely seem to be, at least, he's pretty average, I would say. If anything, I'd say the dude's pretty fucking average. So, but we'll see if he fucking evolves in anything. Rome wasn't fucking built overnight, guys. So then we did see Johnny Gargano taking on Humberto Carrillo, which we've seen Humberto before on NXT TV here. Johnny Gargano, though, he's setting up. He's facing Ricochet at the NXT TakeOver, so this is just basically just a jobber match for fucking Johnny Gargano to get a win. We're going to see a face-to-face confrontation between Gargano and Ricochet next week, so that'll be pretty interesting to watch on the go-home show for NXT TakeOver. So in the main event this week, we did see Keith Lee taking on Cassius Ohno. That was the other segment. They had a backstage segment with Matt Riddle, basically saying he would corner Keith Lee tonight because those two have been established as friends on TV because they were really good friends on the independent scene and have traveled the world together and shit. So, and I like Keith Lee, dude. I really fucking like Keith Lee, and I really like Matt Riddle. So seeing them in the main event this week, dude, I was totally fucking down. It was a fun match between him and Cassius Ohno. So Matt Riddle will be taking on Cassius Ohno at the Royal Rumble or at the NXT Phoenix. So it's gonna be fucking Cassius Ohno getting the win over Keith Lee, which Keith Lee now two losses, one against Lars Sullivan, one against Cassius Ohno. Now, not the be all end all. They can push this guy in the fucking second. Snap of a finger, dude. This guy is a fucking over baby face. This guy could probably be a really good fucking heel, too. Like, I see a really good heel run in Keith Lee down the road. This was, dude, yeah. So, Cassius Ohno, this draws out Matt Riddle after the match. It hits the ring. Yeah, dude, fucking, I like Matt Riddle, dude, so I enjoy every single time that I'm able to see him on TV and watch his character grow. I definitely needs a little work on the promo, but I like his matches. And, dude, I'm looking forward to NXT TakeOver, guys. I think it's going to be a good show. I think Royal Rumble weekend's going to be a fun fucking weekend as well. Guys, that was the week that was professional wrestling. Holy shit, I can't believe we made it all the way through this episode. It's like, guys, I watched wrestling. I watched all of wrestling this week. This is my first week kind of getting back into the swing of things. I watched Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Ring of Honor. So again, guys, hey, thank you for listening to us this week, man. We had a lot of episodes this week, dude. A lot of content dropped. We got the podcast that no one listens to with Jaime Garcia. You go back and listen to that if you haven't checked that out. That's on our feed. Episode 84, dude. Holy shit, dude. We're up to 85 episodes on that, dude. To think that we started that back in just June of 2017 and like kind of where we are now, dude. And like, it's like, fuck, dude. Time goes by, dude. Time goes by, man. And, fuck yeah. I just appreciate all you guys. Yeah, go back. Also, listen to Escape from LA. Like, if you haven't fucking checked that shit out, sync up your VCR, dude. Like, fucking straight up. It's fun doing that. I don't know. We just talk shit, dude. Like, I love that podcast. I love recording that with Dustin and Brandon. It's like one of my favorite fucking things to do now. It's like me and Brandon are like plotting out other movies that we're going to do. I mean, we got fun shit planned for other shit that we're going to be doing here down the road. So dude, honestly guys, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else to say. I'm like, I feel good now. I feel like I fucking came out here. We accomplished this today, dude. We accomplished the recording of a fucking wrestling podcast. Holy shit, guys. All right, guys, I'm Kevin Porter. We'll see you next week.